I'm Dan Dykert. Thanks for stopping by. Somewhat of a quiet week here. No racing last weekend as MTS got rained out on championship night. We didn't have any races at La Crosse, but we do on Saturday night. We do next weekend, and then we've got Oktoberfest race weekend. MTS, everybody gearing up for the big show next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. $120,000 weekend and a $20,000 to win race on Saturday night. I'm going to tell you, just found out today that the Knights of Thunder, how we replay what goes on at the La Crosse Speedway, Thursdays and Sundays. Not only are we going to show you the Enduro coming up next week, when the Eve of Destruction rolls around for La Crosse in 2 weeks, Trailer Race of Destruction, you're going to be able to watch that replay right here on Thursday and Sunday, and we're going to have the complete 50-lap, $20,000 to win race from MTS as part of the BMOD Nationals. Just got that underway today, so you're going to be able to sit back and watch somebody collect $20,000 here in the next couple of weeks. Looking at what's coming up this week at the La Crosse Speedway, got a couple of cool guests, too, I do want to mention before we hop into what's going on here both Saturday and Monday and next week at MTS. Our guests in the program today, what we're going to do is we went through and found my favorite interviews. Earlier this year at the MTS Car Show, we talked with Lance Hofer, who was running a B-Mod, also hopped in that new limited late model class this year. He ended up winning the championships. We're going to kind of go back in time and see what he was saying before the season actually started. We're going to do the same thing with Parker Hale. Now, Parker's been running a B-Mod for 13 years at MTS. This year, finally nailed down a track championship, and the young man, the young wrestler out of Minnesota, we're going to put him back on the program and see what he had to say as we started the year off at the MTS Car Show back in April, I think it was. Talking all about that Saturday night at the La Crosse Speedway. No racing on the big track. The racing we are going to do is 4- and 6-cylinder 200-lap enduro for a lot of cash to win. We're going to start things off with a driver's meeting at 6:30. We're going to have a prettiest car, the nicest looking enduro car at 7 o'clock. 7:30, the first of 2 sections of enduro racing will happen on the action track quarter mile. And again, the green flag will drop at 7:30. Now also, Street Stocks. It's going to be Street Stock Championship. Second year we've had the Street Stocks at La Crosse, and we've seen upwards of about 20 of them this year, and I'd expect that same number, maybe some more, to come out next season in 2016 at La Crosse in those 6-cylinder cars. And it's going to be interesting. Inaugural champion John Aaron, the Madman, is going to enter Saturday night with a 12-point lead over new street stock driver, former Hornet driver Taylor Dobbs. Only 12 points separates those two, and Dobbs is within reach thanks to that feature when he got back at the beginning of the season. I think that was back in May. John Burbach, Smalls, is only 22 points back, so there are legitimately 3 drivers that can be in the mix for this championship once the races are done on Saturday night. The other key is Dan Ostoff. In his Audi A4, he's won 3 straight features. Can someone topple Ostoff Saturday night? Well, it's all going to come down to the 7:30 green flag drop of the Enduro and the Street Stock Championship. Also, I want to remind you, Eve of Destruction advanced tickets are on sale. Eve comes up in 2 weeks. You can find them at all your auto value parts stores in the area. Get your advanced tickets now for the big race coming up on the 12th of September. Also, the dates for Oktoberfest race weekend, the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th of October. The fan magazines and newspapers are out. Also, the fan guide, you can find it at OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com. Here we go. Let's talk with Lance Hofer coming up next. He won the limited late model championship with MTS. We're going to go back in time and find out what Lance thought about jumping into a new class next on 7 Rivers Racing.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super Stocks, Modified,
600 mods.
Pure Stocks, Street Stocks, B-Mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
Over $400 in rebates available on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV. I'm Dan Dyker along with Rob Butterfield. This show would not be complete at the Mississippi Thunder Car Show here at Sugarloaf Ford if I didn't get my buddy Lance Hofer on. I've had him on, I think, 3 years in a row now. Very exciting driver. Love his entire family, and it's great to have you back, brother, man.
Yeah, it's good to be back on.
It's going to be kind of different for you this year. You are one of the first drivers that I found out during the wintertime and some conversations with you. You're going to take on this limited late model class.
Yeah, we're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. It's different, but somebody's got to do it and support the class. So.
Now, of course, you ran A-mods for how long now?
5 years, maybe?
Because I know as long as I've been up here,
yeah.
You've been running the A-mod. Did you shake it down last night?
Yeah, we went out and made some laps, and it's getting there. Needs some time, but we'll get it going by the start of the year.
What would you say now for the viewers? We're trying to give them a good view of what an A-mod is compared to the limited late model. What are some of the differences that you found out right off the bat?
Well, the motors in the A-mods are significantly bigger. The tire sizes, mods, the tires are only 8 inches wide, and the late models are 14. So wow. They're bigger, they're lighter. They are a little bit faster, but it's just going to take some getting used. They drive quite a bit different. It'll take some getting used to.
Now, when we had Bob on earlier, Rob brought up a good point. We were talking about speeds and timing.
Right, speeds and timing. I can't remember exactly how Bob put it, but how much slower or how much faster are they than the class below you or maybe the class up? Like you were talking A-mods, right?
Yep.
Is that the most comparable thing that you can go with? Or?
That's A-mods before this year were the fastest class at the Speedway. This year, they're pretty comparable to the late models. I think when the track dries up, the late models will be a little faster.
Because I noticed last year during Fall Fest, Bob had that car out and it didn't have any decals on it. It was just white.
Right.
And he was catching those guys, but he was also backing it off, to kind of not get in the mix because there's a lot of points and stuff going on. So I was pretty impressed. Are you looking forward to this class?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a learning curve. I mean, I want to run good, so
right.
it's going to take time to learn and we'll figure it out and be running up front and stuff.
Well, like we were just talking off camera, if that thing runs half as fast as it looks good, you're going to be on top.
I hope so. Hopefully it stays looking good too.
Now, Lance is one of those that last year, just when you thought he was in the groove and things were going to shake out, some bad timings with that car and some crumpled parts and a blown motor, and it was so surprising to see how fast you came back out on that racetrack. You had a lot of great support from your family and your sponsors.
Yep.
And did it surprise you? You came out as strong as you did? I mean, you were making a statement right off the bat.
Yeah, we broke the motor the second or third night out, and it took us about a month to get another one built, and we got another one built and came out and we won the first heat race we were in. We won. It was pretty fast, but yeah, the car was competitive after. Then I backed it in the wall by mistake on a practice, and frustrating, but we fixed it and came back out, and then we won one night at the Fall Festival. So.
And again, Lance is one of these guys. I've got to know your family really well on and off the racetrack, and when we talk about Mississippi Thunder being a family place to go, it's not just the race fans in the stands, it's the family support.
Yeah, I mean, we've been going to that Speedway for many years. My uncle's raced there, and my grandpa's been involved with racing for a long time. And I mean, my whole family, uncles, aunts, all our family friends, we all go and watch every Friday. It's kind of a tradition,
And I got to give a shout. Denise is off camera over here. She makes the best chicken noodle soup at Fest that I've ever had, man. It's great.
One quick question.
I can't give her that much credit.
one quick question. Where does your number come from? 11, right?
Yep.
Where did it come from? Is that a family thing, or is that?
No, my dad's number was 18. My other uncle was 17, and then 16 was the other one. When I was younger, I used to like watching a guy named Pat Dorr, and
there you go.
I guess I decided, I wanted to be 11 then. So.
Okay, that's good. It's always interesting to find out where these numbers come from. Some guys just get stuck with it,
Yep.
But
Well, Lance Hofer this year going to be doing double duty, folks. He's going to be running the A-Mod again. Hopefully that thing stays in the track complete the entire year. And he's going to be one of the drivers a lot of people are going to be watching because there's a lot of interest in this limited late model class
And again, I think you were one of the first drivers I talked to during the wintertime that said he was going to step up into this class. So we look forward to that. Good luck to you this year.
Thank
and
you.
Tell your mom to keep bringing on the suit.
I will.
All righty, Lance Hofer, the blue and white number 11. You're going to see it duplicated this year in 2 different classes, and we can't wait to see what he's got for the 3rd mile.
Well, again, as you've noticed, the hair is about the same color and the same size back in April. I want to thank Rob and your limited late model champion, Lance Hofer, for joining us on 7 Rivers Racing. I want to remind you before we get into the next segment, coming up Monday, the 7th, that is Labor Day, we're going to be all making a trek to the Golden Sands Speedway. It is round 6 for the Tundra Super Late Models. Of course, Golden Sands champion Reagan May is going to be there. Ty Majeski, their point leader, will be there. Dalton Zier, Mike Lickfeld, and we also found out Nathan Hazelai is going to be making an appearance at Golden Sands. That is going to be 2 o'clock. Green flag drops on Labor Day at Golden Sands Speedway. Coming up next, he's been running for 13 years in the B-Mod, got the championship. We're going to go back in time and find out what Parker Hale thought about the upcoming season at the MTS Car Show here at 7 Rivers Racing.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super stocks, modified,
600 mods.
pure stocks, street stocks, B-mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
Over $400 in rebates available on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
Welcome back to 7 Rivers Racing, KQEG TV. I'm Dan Dyker, Rob Butterfield in year number 1. Kind of hanging out dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Car Show at Sugarloaf Ford. And our next guest is a guy I've been trying to get on for quite a while. One of the most exciting B-Mod drivers we've got at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. High school wrestler. This guy is good. Jack Links. Of course, if he's sponsored by a food product, you know I got to get him on the program. Parker Hale. Parker, how are you, buddy?
Nice to meet you. Good. How are you?
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. I was excited. We practiced last night. Car was fast. I'm ready to get on the track and race. So.
This is one of these guys, Rob, that on any given night, you know he's going to be consistent, and you know he's going to be one of those guys running up front, and we've seen that in the past.
I remember you were running Fall Fest, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, I remember watching you come through. You made a slick move that I had to put the camera down.
Yeah.
And I'm paid to be there to take pictures, and I watched that, and I just kind of, wow, that was good.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the top side at the track. You know,
Right.
if there's moisture up there, I just like to get in on the cushion and hammer down, and and then if the bottom's open, the bottom's always good around that track. And
that track's not known for rutting up, is it?
No, it's every time we're there, it's always smooth and slicked over, and it always makes a good racy track.
So you've been racing how long now?
This will be my, I believe, 7 years. 6 years in the B-Mod, so this will be my 6th year, yeah.
So over 6 years, I mean, you got to be one of the most experienced B-Mod drivers we've got out there. Do you have it down pat yet, or are you still learning?
I can believe every night you're still learning. I mean, there's always different things you can change, your driving style. I mean, and there's so many new guys coming in that end up being really fast, and you can learn from them. And just listening to my dad and stuff, he's got a lot of good knowledge. So, he teaches me a lot of that stuff, and I don't know, I feel like I'm always learning every time I get on the racetrack, just being behind the wheel. I mean, that's the best practice you can get.
Is there one guy out there that, I mean, obviously you guys respect each other and you got a great camaraderie going on, but is there one guy that when you look up in the mirror, you just assume he not be back there?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like...
Someone that you just don't want to have challenge you for a race win or a race lead.
Right.
There's always, I don't know. I was just not really. I just kind of like racing with anybody. I mean, if there's a good challenge, what would be the fun of racing if there's no one challenging?
Exactly.
If you just went out and won every week?
You get a very good point right there.
That's what I was after.
Yeah.
So this B-Mod class was this is my 4th year announcing up here now. really struck me as being a very large class. And the numbers have been very well sustained over the past 4 years that I've been at MTS. Does it surprise you that, I mean, even Elizabeth Loberg's going from a pure stock to a B? What is it about this class that people want to be in it?
You know, I started from go-karts into a slingshot and then got into a B-mod. I just think how the rules are and the basic setup of the race car, like, it's fairly simple, and when you get, they're a good handling race car. I mean, you got two motor options. You can run open motor or crate motor, and I think a lot of people, like when they're starting out, they run the crate motor because it's a lot more controlled horsepower. You know, you're not breaking the tires loose as easy, and you know when you learn with the crate, you know, maybe get an open motor later on, but they're just a really controlled car, and they're fun to drive, easy to drive. I think that's why a lot of people come up with them, and they're a full-size modified as well. You know, they're not the A-mod, but you know when people think of it, it looks like a modified, it drives like a modified, but just not as much horsepower, and the suspension's different. So you know, when I think people come out and watch races, you know, well, what do you drive? Well, I have a B-mod. Well, it looks like a modified, and I think that you know people are proud to say that they can race a full-size car.
What's the difference in times between an A-mod and a B-mod? It's not that much, is it?
You know, last night at practice, I was chasing my buddy Jake around in his A-mod, and you know, he wasn't gaining on me, and I was kind of staying like 2 car lengths behind him, but we were pretty even last night when I was staying in the moisture racing. You know, it just depends how the track is. If it's hammered down, you know, the modifieds are going to take off from it with the bigger motor, but when it gets dry, I mean, I honestly believe that, you know, a B-mod, if you got a smooth driver, I think a B-mod could keep up with an A-mod.
Right. You know, one more point I want to bring up before we're done with the segment right here is I've noticed over the past 4 years, specifically with you and a good handful of drivers, your sponsors stay with you year after year, and that really means a lot.
Yeah, I gotta thank my sponsors, Nate's Outdoor Recreation, Tom and Sue Osmond at Med City Collision for pulling my race car if I put it in the wall or something. Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Gotta thank who else on the car? Oak Ridge Bob Tim, Oak Ridge Fabrication. This is a new dirt dueler. Les Duelman Racing. We came on board with those guys. Les is a smart guy. He sets up our car, and you know, it's a different car, new year, so I'm excited for it.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, and hot shot cards, pictures with this guy. You got to get down there. His car's right around the corner. You're going to see it quite a bit here on the dirt track this year. And again, anytime we mention Dan or I mention Parker Hale, you know he's going to be running in front, putting on a great show for the fans. It was nice to have you on.
Thank you.
Good luck this year.
Thank you.
You bet.
So again, I want to thank Lance Hofer and Parker Hale. Congratulations on those track championships at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Just a reminder, the 4th annual Dahl Chevrolet Buick GMC $20,000 to win B-Mod Nationals is coming up. It's the $120,000 weekend. Mark the dates down right now. It's the 10th, 11th, and 12th of September. Go to the front page of MississippiThunder.com. They have 162 pre-registered as of the end of August. Some of the names on this list are huge. This is like the Super Bowl of dirt track racing at MTS those 3 days. MississippiThunder.com, right there on the front page. You can find out more information about the 3 days, Wednesday the 9th, the practice day, and a lot of the drivers that are pre-registered. The Enduro, it's 200 laps, 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder. If you've not done it yet, go to lacrossespeedway.com, left side of the page, click on the 200-lap Enduro, get the registration in, print it up, and let them know you're going to be coming out. Green flag will drop at 7:30, Street Stock Championship as well. Also, coming up on Labor Day, Monday, it's the Tundra Super Late Models, round number 6. They're going to be at Golden Sands Speedway. Gates open at noon. Racing starts at 2 o'clock. And again, the September 10th, 11th, and 12th, the $120,000 weekend happening at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. A $20,000 to win Saturday night race, which we're going to be replaying here in a couple of weeks. That's going to do it for the Seven Rivers Racing program. Thanks for Jesse behind the scenes doing what he can. I'm Dan Dyker. We'll be back with more highlights and driver interviews next week right here on Seven Rivers Racing.
Oh, here